Morning, y'all. I'm mixing up a little bit of antifreeze here. I figured I'd show you what I do. Not that it's necessarily the best way to do it, but I'm just saying works for me. So what I do is take an empty antifreeze jar or jug, and I pour half into another empty jug, and then I fill it up the rest of the way with distilled water. The hardest part is trying to get your mixtures right, so it's. But shining a light across the back side of it helps to see. And then I fill it up the rest of the way with distilled water, because like your city water or well water is going to have minerals in it, metals that are going to cause corrosion with your different metals in your cooling system, the aluminum in the heads, the iron in the block, or whatever, or in the intake. All that stuff can all get all mixed up and cause corrosion. So that's why I use distilled water, and it's like, I think it's only still like $1 at Wally World. And then today, I'm gonna finish up some of the wiring, tighten it up a little bit, put the little charcoal canister down here, set the timing, and then maybe fab up some kind of an intake pipe, see what will fit, so I can have an air filter, and then fire it up and maybe drive it around the block a little bit. Oh yeah, I've got to run wiring for the gauges. Then maybe get the gauges in. So that's the plan. Some of the guys are going up to the track tomorrow. I'm not, because I'll be monkeying with this thing with the objective of maybe trying to get up there next Sunday, because the Monday after is a holiday, so I don't have to get up so early. So anyway, that's the plan. I got to fix the coolant line for the transmission's leaking. So I got to see what's going on with that. That's what we're trying for today. All right, catch y'all next one. So fellas, it's Monday night. All the stuff I wanted to get done Saturday didn't happen, of course, but some stuff did. And you might notice some of the stuff is in here. This is part of the hurricane prep for the hurricane we had week before last, I think, just to get all the stuff in the garage that can be flying around outside. So that kind of went down toward the Big Bend area. Didn't bother us a whole lot, so we have dodged that bullet, and looks like another one, because there's one currently heading to right pretty much at Tampa. I know Chris Height lives down there, and then of course my daughter, but they're in Hawaii for a wedding. And then my youngest son Brandon went down and picked up their dog, bring him up here for the week. So yeah, if you're down in Tampa, get the hell out of there. Don't wait to be told to evacuate, or if you're near in its path, just go north, young man. Get out of there. It ain't no fun to sit in go through a hurricane and then sit there without power for 3, 4, 5 days, whatever it is, because that's usually what happens, especially when there's so many crews up north trying to get power to them folks in North Carolina, Georgia, and Tennessee. All right, so what's going on with the truck? What would working on this whole thing be without some sort of deviation? So because what I had seen on the Mustangs about the junk getting in the cowl, I decided, well, it's almost done under the hood. This would be a good time to mess with this. So what I did was I took the cowl off, because they do come off, and one of Ford's more genius ideas here, he said sarcastically. I don't know if you'll be able to see in there, but what they do is they have a drain right here. And so I don't know what the purpose of this is. If you got a drain, why would you obstruct it? So this is like I don't know what it's supposed to do. But so now what you got is all this stuff up in there that can't come out. It's just dirt, dust that sits up there and accumulates. So all that stuff is piled up in there and just kind of stuck. So that is all going to cause rust eventually if it hadn't already. So the intention of taking it off was to put some sealant on all those where they had already put sealant, you know, some years ago, and then put some paint in there so it don't rust. And it don't look bad. They just didn't spray the paint in there real good. So I got this fender off finally, and it it was kind of a pain because you know, on a Mustang, you know where all the bolts are and all that, and here you got to kind of find them, and there's a lot of there's a lot of weight to be taken out of that because there's like an inner and outer fender. It's pretty beefy yet, but I'm not going to do it because I don't need to take weight out of this. That's not the purpose. But I'll clean that up and get some sealant in there and all the nooks and crannies to keep it from rusting. And this is the cowl cover itself. They had put some kind of a foam weather stripping on that, and of course after 40 years it deteriorated, and it's all up on here too, so that's going to come off. Oh, I got to show you the other one of Ford's better ideas. I wondered why the radio didn't work. I could hear a little static. Let me see if we can get in there because it's getting dark earlier. The little stub sticking out of there, that's the antenna. And if you notice the relation to the interior, that means it comes out like right where the heater box is and all that. It don't come up through the fender here and run up. It's up there, and I really am not sure I could even reach in there. I pulled the glove box door yesterday and looked in there, and I just didn't see any way. But I got to put a new antenna cable in, and it's probably not going to be routed that direction as the original. But what I did get done, it's got the timing set. I got the coil bracket. She's a Butte. Got the intake tube on there. I didn't do fix the wiring here because I'm going to kind of redo it, I think. And I did not mount the what's that thing called? Canister. Of course, I got a piece of 2x4 in there to hold the end of the battery tray up, because in my wisdom I threw the factory one away when I thought I was going to put the trunk or the battery in the back. So I got to fab up something for that. Probably just run something from this corner of this battery down to the frame. They typically had one going from here down to there, but I don't want to pull on that. I don't want to pull on the inner fender, and I don't want it right next to where the positive battery stuff is. So down to the frame it goes. And I got the wires run for the oil pressure and water temp. You see here, goes up into that grommet. And yes, I did put a grommet on there because I don't like scraped up wires. Not a good thing. And I guess that's about it. Yesterday it kept raining on and off, so I didn't get a whole lot done out here, but we're steady making progress. It's just some deviations. And like I said, this fender was a bit of a chore, but I got it off, so tomorrow I can clean that junk out of there, and then work on the fender some, and then start on the other one after that. All right, I'm going to put this up, I think, because it's going to be more boring than usual, this stuff I'm doing. And then once all that's done, then I'll make an appointment with the muffler shop, get the pipes put on. Alrighty, appreciate y'all. Later on.